69 loyalist skulls in the pile, 69 loyalist skulls. Crush one to dust and drink it with blood. 68 loyalist skulls in the pile. Now, it has been a while. The timeline has advanced. It is now 1997, March 25th, 9 hours, 8 minutes, and 52 seconds. And with that, we can go to a lot of things. We can go to the intro screen to reset our minds and give in to the madness. There will be some madness. Pop the logo thingamajiggy up, and then myself. Hello there. Greetings and welcome. I am Karyanto, and today we're going to be doing a little visual novel called Mhakna Gramura and Fairy Bell. Let's turn up the music back now that we are outside of the void. See, it's quite lovely. It's nice and all that. Maybe it's just for the effects. It's quite loud. There we go. That's fine. We don't need that much. There. That's fine. Very cute little thing looks like to be. But, before we can get to any of that, we have to warm ourselves up. We have to get into the world, as it were. If that means anything, which it might not. And by that I mean we have to read a little piece of information. We need to be informed about the latest happenings in the world. And as we all know, it is currently 2018, the 19th of February, and the good people from The Onion are telling us that. Oh, that's the wrong window. Which is the right one? There we go. That's the one. Pet turtle going hog wild on terrarium's new stick. Allentown, Pennsylvania. Marveling at the creature's unrestrained enthusiasm, local pet owner Jessica Palmer told reporters Monday that her box turtle Lars von Tortoise had been going hog wild on his terrarium's new moss-covered stick. "Damn, he's really going nuts on that thing," said Palmer, adding that the turtle had not been this fired up since he brought home some new pebbles for his miniature lagoon. "I thought after a few minutes he'd be over it, but it's been almost an hour, and he's still nudging it like a madman. And look at him trying to bite at the stick too. He's just having the time of his life in there." At press time, sources confirmed the euphoric reptile had succumbed to exhaustion even, and passed out under his hollow plastic rock. That's wonderful. No, good thing. It's important for us to know the actions of turtles. They live for a long time, don't they? Some of them. So this little kid, presumably baby at this time, is now 6 years older. And how big could it be? I don't know how big box turtles get, actually. You know what? Let's find out. How big do box turtles get? How big do box turtles get? How big do they get? Common thing, they can go up to 5 to 7 inches. They're not very big. They're tiny. Okay, so it'll remain a little guy forever. Aw, that's cute, I guess. Box turtles. We learned something today about box turtles for some reason. Anyway. Back to Mhakna Gramura and Fairy Bell. I have no idea how you're supposed to pronounce the H in there, because, well, fuck you. That's how it works. That's how languages work, I guess. Anyway. It's about two kids in a world with fairies and some magical kingdom thing. And maybe there's gonna be some depression. I don't know. Dead parents? I mean, where's the parents? Maybe not. Maybe it'll be just nice and wholesome. That would be lovely. I would like something that's just pure nice and fun and wholesome. That'd be very, very nice. So, let's begin. Let's just put myself in the corner and switch over to this thing. Come on, switch over. There we go. We want to see the fancy cutscene. Someone typing with a magical pen. Some call her a nymph. A nymph. That's a magical entity. Okay. Some call her an angel. Some call her a fairy. But it's not really a big deal. Because whatever you call her, she is who she is. And that's always correct. You are who you are. What you call doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything about that. what title is attributed doesn't change a damn fucking thing. On cold days and on hot days. On lonely days and on peaceful days. On days where you want to die and on days where you want to do your best. She was always thinking of you. The lonely you. See? I knew there was gonna be depression here. There always is. So don't worry and suffer in peace. That's fucking brutal. One day, she will definitely come to visit you. Oh, she like the Grim Reaper effectively, then? On rainy days, on snowy days, on round days, on square days. Okay, what the fuck are those? On painful days, on painless days. Today, she uses Vibelia again to help out the next child in need. Alright, the first actual term here, Vibelia, that could be anything. To come to this world and go back to the next. So don't worry and be hurt. Okay, that's a bit ominous. But you know, in one way, pain means you feel stuff. And without pain, you don't know what pleasant stuff is at all. So it is important to be able to be hurt because that's your body's telling you, hey, this is a bad thing, avoid that. Don't do that again. Because if you can't be hurt, then you don't know what's actually hurting you. Even if you don't feel it, it's still there. From the big crystal and endless land, Fairy Belle is always looking for a chance to help you out. Okay. I feel ominously encouraged. Alison Riven. Rive? The fucking European names. With English lettering. Fuck that. Who knows what that said? What it's actually pronounced as? Nobody knows. Nobody knows these things. Nobody knows. If you do, you're lying. It's bullshit. Okay. This is a story from a long time ago. This is a story from when I wasn't me. Alright, that's very philosophical. One day, my mother was taken away. Ever since, they've said that my mother is a murderer. Ah, okay. Okay, this is getting a lot darker than I thought it would be. Already, from the get-go. Alright. Okay. That's what they call when you hurt someone. A bit more than hurt. But I figured out for myself one day. Nobody wants to get hurt. That's correct, yeah, that's our basic instinct. And even though it hurt, my mother didn't stop. That must be why they took her away. It seems that's how I ended up in Mulbear Orphanage. Why would my mother do that? Whenever I ask Tigra and Anne, I always get the same answer. You'll understand when you become an adult. Then maybe I don't need to grow up. Adults, they have their reasons for doing things. Yeah, and sometimes those reasons are really stupid. And like, the dumbest ever. Like if you watch some of those like, real life crime shows about, you know, investigations, stuff like that. People do shit for really stupid reasons, sometimes for no reason at all. Just because. It's really fucked up. Because I don't want to understand why anyone would do such a thing. Sometimes there is nothing to understand, it's just, some people are just fucking crazy. Since then, I've slowly stopped thinking about my mother. That's pretty harsh though. Mhakna Gramura and Fairy Belle. Fancy little title screen. Rain. Teardrops. Mulbear Orphanage is just as cold today. When I woke up, oh, chapter 1, Mulbear Orphanage and Tigra Anne. When I woke up this morning, my legs and cot were completely soaked. Leaky ceiling, that sucks. It must have rained last night. The leaking has been getting pretty bad lately. If this keeps up, you're going to catch cold. My best friend Sebiarno worriedly tells me. I call him Sebia. Oh, that's her name, okay. they're kids. They both can sound basically the same because I can't do kid voices. Michel Vicorle, Sebia, don't worry, this is nothing. So I reply, with a smile on my face, but the furrow on his brow doesn't go away. You should move to your cot so you're safe from the rain at night, Mhakna. At least while you sleep, I'll help you. I won't get Anna get mad. We have to keep our rooms arranged nicely. It'll be fine if we put it back before she gets up. But this is just what I heard. But the people running the orphanage have been pretty tight on budget lately. I think Tigra Anna wouldn't like it if you caught a cold, and then she'd had to buy medicine. Sebi is smart and really good at thinking ahead. And he knows lots of things I don't. Anyway, look at this, Mhakna. Today I drew a picture of a butterfly. That's nice. In Sebia's charcoal blackened hands is a scrap of paper with his drawing. The butterfly is so detailed, it looks as if it were straight out of real life. I don't think there are many adults who could do that with only a chunk of charcoal. And that is impressive. Wow, that's so beautiful. Sebia, you're really good at drawing. If only there was more I could see from the window. The view from here is terrible. He must have gotten up early just to draw. Sebia is always looking out the window, hoping to find new things to draw. Why not draw that tree again? Nah, I'm bored of drawing that. I think I could do it with my eyes closed. I still love your drawings though. Thanks, Mhakna, but I want to try drawing something different. He says this as he stares outside, looking at a big tree in the hills. Slam! Old witch lady. Witch lady? Witch lady? Lich lady? All three. Behind us, loud noises come from the door, followed by Tigra Anna and her even louder shouts. Sebiarno! What is this? It's a drawing of a butterfly maid, Tigra. Enough of these! I swear you can't stop drawing whenever you have this junk. Come on, give them to me! So Tigra Anna commands and takes away Sebia's charcoal. Come downstairs right now! It's cleaning time! Slam! She stomps away, going back downstairs. She got your charcoal. It's fine, Mhakna. Look at this. Sebi pulls out an even bigger part of charcoal from his pocket. Wow, you have another one. It's my last piece. Made sure to hide it really well. But you don't have any more paper. If there's no paper, then I can just draw on the walls. Sure. Drawing on the walls? I hadn't thought of that. Because it's a bad idea and it's hard to disguise and cover. Sebi holds on to his secret piece of charcoal as if it were a treasure. I mean, it is. If I couldn't draw anymore, I'd probably just shrivel up and die. But you still have some charcoal, so you can keep drawing. You're right, Mhakna. But I still need to find something new to draw. Pitta-patta, pitta-patta. Even though I moved my cot, my feet are wet once again when I wake up. Oh, that sucks. Looking at the ceiling, I see another place that's sprung a leak. My blanket is drenched in rainwater again, just like yesterday. Oh, Michel Vicorle, Mhakna. Sebia's cot is still tidied up. Did he not sleep? Sebia seems so restless. It's like he's getting ready to run away. Michel Vicorle, you look pretty pepped up today. Hey Mhakna, listen. Fairy Bell came yesterday. Sebia whispers to me excitedly. Okay, well. Sure, an excited loud whisper. As if he doesn't want anyone else to hear. Fairy Bell? Yeah, she's a fairy that watches over all of us children. She helps out all the kids who are in trouble. How does she help? She takes you to Endless Land. You get to go there tomorrow. As he tells me this, Sebia boldly takes out his piece of charcoal and draws a fairy on the wall. You're going away, Sebia? Don't worry, Mhakna. Belle will take you too. She promised to. I don't really understand what Sebia is telling me. Tigra Anna told us that we can't leave Mulberry Orphanage. If no one adopts us when we turn 10, we orphans will be turned into animals and sold off. Oh, so she is straight up a witch. Witch. What? Okay, that's fucked up. No one will take care of you as a person anyway. Not in this world. So don't even think about running away. Those words gnaw at me from the back of my mind. That's right. We can't possibly leave Mulberry Orphanage. And even if we did, there's nowhere we can go. Slam. The door opens again. Oh, there's the drawing of the butterfly. The fairy. Mhakna, Sebiarno, it's time for breakfast. Now go down to the dining hall. Or do you want to be whipped again? Tigrana shouts at us in a loud voice. Oh, Sebiano, what are you hiding behind your back? You still had more? She snatches away Sebia's charcoal. I swear, dirtying the walls like this, you little brat! Smack. She raises her hand up high and hits Sebia. Don't you dare do this again! Slam. Yelling at us, she slams the door behind her as she leaves. Are you okay, Sebia? Who cares? I'll be the happiest guy in the world tomorrow. Tomorrow, in Endless Land. Ah, Sebia must be dreaming right now. That must be it. Something like this happened before. He got so hungry that he started dreaming, even while he was awake. Let's go eat, Sebia. No way, Mhakna. I bet it's just koklami soup and thorsha leaves. That's Nora's food. I don't want to ever eat that stuff again. Sebia turns his back on me. Then I'll hide some and bring it to you, so eat it, okay? Please? Sebia sits on his cot. He doesn't respond. She got my last piece of charcoal. He might be crying right now. But I slowly continue on towards the door. If I see his expression right now, I'll probably start crying too. I'll be right back, okay? As I place my hand on the doorknob, Sebia speaks to me as if praying. Hold on, Mhakna. Listen to me, really carefully. If things get really hard, pray to the stars. Believe from the bottom of your heart that Fairy Belle will come to help you. If you can do that, then she'll come visit you. I reply without turning to face him. Okay then, if something happens, then I'll try and wish for her. It's alright. Sebia won't just leave me like that. I'm sure we'll still be together tomorrow. Just like we are now. Together. Just like always. Yeah, let's prepare for some extra depression. The next day, Sebia was nowhere to be found in Mulberry Orphanage. Chapter 2. Disappearance and Loss. Mhakna! Where is Sebiarno? Tigreana shouts echoes throughout Mulberry Orphanage. I don't know, Tigreana. When I woke up, he was gone. The town is short on Norse. Sebia would have fetched the good prices one. Go wake everyone else up and find him. Yes, Tigreana. My thoughts are a haze. And my legs are soaked. I think I have a cold. It's hot, Tigrane. Like I care. If you aren't going to help, then no food for you. All day, everyone in Mulberry Orphanage searched for Sebia. But Sebia was nowhere to be found. I swear, you... I awakened to Tigreana's voice. Where am I? The infirmary. You collapsed in the middle of the hall last night, probably trying to go to the bathroom or something. Tigreana, did you find Sebia? No sign of him. It's like he vanished. So Fairy Bear really did take him to Endless Land. Enough nonsense from you. Fairy Belle doesn't exist. It's nothing but a little kid's tale. But then where has Sebia gone? Who knows? Don't ask me. How very responsible of you. Every now and then a kid just up and vanishes. Maybe there's a secret passageway hidden somewhere. I'm gonna find it and smash it to bits. She frowns even more intensely than usual, scowling at everything around her. Really though, what will I do with you, Mhakna? You'll be 10 in 2 months, but... you don't have the stamina to become a Norse. You don't have the size to become an Igu. You don't have the smarts to become a Koga. You don't have the charm to become a Noko. How can I possibly sell a klutz like you? Her voice is filled with nothing but resentment. I'm sorry, Tigran. I don't know what I can do. You'll just end up as nothing but a mel. Tigran spits out and leaves the room. Now I can finally get some rest. But is it really rest? My stomach rumbles. It's so hot. My throat is dry. I need water. But my body won't move, no matter how hard I try. My tears trickle down my cheeks, dripping onto the pillow like raindrops. Sebia is gone. I'm sad. It hurts. It's painful. The sadness overwhelms me, and when I realize it, I've already been enveloped by the blackness. Help! Help me, Fairy Bell! Ring, ring, in the night chimes, eh? I hear the sound of glass coming closer from deep inside the blackness. I can't see a thing, but everything's spinning around. Spinning, spinning, over and over again. And then, a small light appears from the blackness. 2 lights. 3 lights. In an instant, the blackness becomes the starry night sky. Each star is an eye. All these eyes looking at me. And the biggest light among them gets bigger and bigger until it lands against my chest. Hello, Fairy Bell? Ah, Vishel Vostro. Good evening, Mhakna. I don't know what kind of voice. Oh, it's Tiny Fairy. Of course it is. The light speaks with a cute voice. I can't do cute voice. You're asking way too much of me, game. Fuck. That was chapter 3 something. I missed that. Damn it. You know what? No, this is not silly enough. This needs a serious take at least. I was gonna decide to just do like a super deep voice for the fairy, but I don't think that's appropriate. Not for this. This is a bit too sad and depressing of a story to be that kind of silly on my part. It wouldn't work. I feel like it wouldn't work. And then a little girl appears from within it. The little girl wears a dress the deep blue of a lake, and the wings of glass on her back flutter as she flies. Her golden hair seems to flow right into her dress, and atop her head is a pretty crown of dried flowers. As she flies, she leaves a trail of dried petals that drift slowly downwards. I'm Fairy Bell. I've been watching you through the big crystal and endless land all this time. Fairy Bell, you really do exist. Of course. I always will, for as long as there are little children who need me. She answers with a charming smile. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Mhakna. I'm here to help you. She takes out a small wand and waves it gently, as though running a finger along the surface of water. Wave, wave. And then, the weight leaves my body, and I start floating into the air. Wow, Fairy Bell, I'm flying! I can fly! That's my magic, Mhakna. Now we can go to Endless Land together. You can meet with your friend Sebiano again. Sebiano. That's a complicated name. Sebi. So I really did bring him to Endless Land. That's right. So don't worry. You can say goodbye to Mulberry Orphanage. He's still crying though. I don't know why, but I suddenly start crying. What's wrong, Mhakna? Why are you crying? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm happy. Maybe I'm sad. I can't tell anymore. I see. Then, can I ask you something? Do you want to go to Endless Land, Mhakna? I'm not sure about that either, Fairy Bell. Then does that mean you want to stay in Mulberry Orphanage? I really don't. If I stay there, then I'm going to get turned into a marrow and sold away. You know, Mhakna, Endless Land is a paradise just for children. Right? Just promise me one thing, and you can be happy forever. Okay, that's some ominous statement. I promise. Promise what? Promise me that you will never become an adult. Oh, isn't that what... isn't that the Peter Pan thing as well? I think, right? It's been... I don't actually know if I've ever seen or read the story of Peter Pan. Actually, I think I haven't. Huh. Only vaguely familiar with through cultural osmosis, apparently. Okay. Well, anyway. I want you to just stay who you are and be happy forever. So, all I have to do is never become an adult? That's literally impossible, unless you can alter the biology, which, world of magic, maybe it's possible. That's all, Mhakna. If you can promise me that, I can give you eternal happiness. Fairy Bell, why do you go around helping children? We fairies are actually angels in training. A long time ago, the great big star told us, find what you ought to be doing and fulfill your divine duty. And once we've done that, we can become real angels. So you want to become an angel, Belle? That's right, Mhakna. That's why I help out children who are suffering. Someday, I'll be a real angel too. Hey, Mhakna, can you promise me that you won't become an adult? That you'll live happily forever? Nobody can promise that. That's literally impossible. That's easy, Fairy Bell. Oh, the naivety of a child. Please take me to Endless Land. Well then, let's form a contract. Ah, fuck. Oh no. Contracts. Contract law. Magical contracts. That's... oh no. I'm not getting Cubey vibes from this, but who knows? Who knows from Madoka Magica. That little bastard. Who knows? I'm worried. It started off with depression, and I don't know where this might be going at all. I mean, the music's telling me this isn't all nice and happy and positive, but like, it can't just be like, now they lived happily ever after the end, because that's now really, there's no point to a story like that. Well, I mean, there is, but I don't feel like that's the case here. Not yet, anyway. There's gotta be a bit more... There's gonna have to be a bit more depression before we get to the happy ending. If there even is a happy ending. As she speaks, a gentle light envelops Belle's entire body. Mhakna, tell me your name and your age, and then repeat after me. To gain eternal innocence and happiness, I offer myself to the apprentice angel Fairy Bell. Offer myself, right. I don't like that wording. I don't like that wording. I'm worried. Belle then swings her wand straight up. With a sharp ring, the wand begins to glow the colors of a rainbow. My gaze flits between deep azure of Belle's eyes, and I hesitantly repeat. My name is Mhakna Runopis, 9 years old. To gain eternal innocence and happiness, I offer myself to the apprentice angel Fairy Bell. Whoosh. The moment I finish speaking, a gust of wind suddenly rushes forth. Uh-oh. Being flung through the space-time continuum. The wind is so strong that I can't even keep my eyes open. My body, now light as a feather, is carried away by the force of the wind. Well, Fairbell, when will this wind let up? There is a final howl of wind, and then suddenly nothing but silence. I couldn't even tell up from down until a moment ago, but I find that my feet are now planted firmly on the ground. I open my eyes and... Okay. I'm in the middle, chapter 4, the Purple Forest. Yeah, purple's an ominous color often as well. I'm in the middle of a strange forest. The sky is yellow, the leaves on the trees are all purple, the tree trunks are pitch black, and they glitter as if covered in honey. Okay. It dawns on me that I am standing on a rock in the middle of a lake. The water in the lake shines brightly like a mirror. My. What business does this useless Mao have in the Purple Forest? I turn around, startled by the sudden voice. Behind me is... I don't know what voice to give this mysterious voice yet. Tigrane! Oh. What? It wasn't my imagination. Staring down at me is Tigrane. Her voice is scary as ever. Tigrane? Who's that? My name is Garlitz. I guard the gate between the real world and endless land. That's not right. No matter how hard I look, you're clearly Tigrane. That Garlitz person starts cackling, as if watching a spectacle. Please don't do that. Why are you laughing at me? I told you, I'm the guard of the gate. Watching over it is my job. So I've taken the form of the thing you fear most. Oh, okay. What do you mean, Garlitz? Why does the gate have to be guarded? Never mind that. You've made a contract with Bell, haven't you? So you shouldn't come back here. If you do, I'm going to have to deal with you. Don't blame me for what happens then. Then you don't have to worry. I'm going to be happy in Endless Land. Very good. But I really wish you could drop that look, Garlitz. It's creepy that I have to talk to you while you look like Tigrane. Can you show me what you really look like? There's no need for that, Mhakna. As long as you keep your word, then we will never meet again. Oh, we will meet again then. With that, Garlitz snaps his fingers. A sheet of water erupts from the lake upward towards the sky. In front and back, to the left, to the right, I'm bathed in the silver glow of the water. It surrounds me like a curtain made of mirrors. Now, Mhakna, take a step forward. Oh, fucking hell. A voice whispers to me from nowhere. Yeah, that's really a whisper there. To your front, or your back, or your left, or right. Anywhere you like, into the water. But the voice is Bell's. Okay, for fucking hell. Once you step off, you will be in Endless Land, where you can be happy. I won't trust any of this now. Absolutely nothing. I close my eyes in hesitation. And then with a gulp, I take a step. And another. I walk forward, one step at a time. Right? Welcome, Mhakna. Okay? This is Endless Land. Chapter 5, Endless Land. I open my eyes to a world of mist, seemingly covered behind a screen of white. Okay, the music's nice. It's telling me all is good. I can see ahead, yet not quite. I can't see, yet somewhat can. It's a strange place, like I'm within clouds made of light. Ring a ring a ring. Fairy Bell appears to the chime of glass. Hey, Mhakna, eat this. Well, I guess we are hungry. She offers me some kind of fruit. It's small and has a pale glow the color of garden red. Hey, Belle, what is this strange fruit? This is a kurko fruit. Once you eat this, you won't need to worry about ever getting hungry or dirty again. Okay, magical hunger repellent, fine. It's like creates a permanent energy source within your body. But dirty? How's that gonna do it? Does it also come with prestidigination? Or however the fuck that word is pronounced. So you don't have to eat because you're hungry, only when you feel like it. And you won't get dirty, so you only have to take baths for fun. You'll never be hungry, and you'll always be clean. Alright, well that's neat. What do you think? Isn't that wonderful? I would want that. If it legitimately does what it says on the tin. Wow, but I wonder what it tastes like. Who cares? You eat only once, and that's fine then. Much out. The kurko fruit has a mysterious taste unlike anything I've eaten before. Yeah, it's magic. Not salty, not sweet, neither spicy nor sour. It's like I'm eating a dream. Yeah, that'll taste different for everyone. Now then, Mhakna, there's one last thing I need to warn you about. Warn me about? Please don't go back to the Purple Forest. Belle says this with a stiff face. Garland guards the entrance to Endless Land, so bad people don't get in, by taking the shape of what whoever sees him is most afraid of. So if you turn there, you're bound to have a terrifying experience. Don't worry, Belle. I wouldn't go back to a place that's so scary. Alright then, you're free now, Mhakna. You can do anything here, anything you like. Thank you, Belle. Say, could you please help me with one thing? Yeah, where's Sebia? I want to meet a boy named Sebiarno. He's a really important friend to me. Of course, Mhakna. Try wishing in your heart. Wish to meet Sebiarno. I take a deep breath and put my strength into making a wish within my heart. I want to meet Sebia. And what do you know? From behind me, I hear a familiar voice calling out to me. Right? Coincidence or... what? He got magically summoned, or just a version of him was created for her, and these are individual quote-unquote paradise lands. Yeah, this could go in any number of directions, honestly. I have no idea. I'm worried, okay? I'm paranoid. I turn around to find none other than Sebi, lively as ever. That's nice. Thank you, Fairy Belle. You really did bring Mhakna over. Of course. I wouldn't break a promise, Sebiarno. Well then, enjoy yourselves, you two. If you ever want to talk to me, just wish for it in your heart. I'll be there straight away. The little pale lights all around us disappear as Belle leaves. Mhakna, it's good to see you again. Thanks, Sebi. I'm so glad we got to meet again. Look, Mhakna, it's a mountain of charcoal. And all sorts of paints, and coloring pencils, and brushes. Anything you wish for, you can get. Wow, I could draw and paint as much as you want. Yeah, Mhakna, I'm so happy I could just explode. And so, with a warm feeling in my chest, like I've been wrapped in a soft blanket, Sebi and I laugh and smile as we head off to play. Well, that's nice. Mhakna Gramura and Fairy Bell. Okay. Ah, massive time skip. Years? Decades? Millennia? How long has it been since then? A day? A week? A month? It feels like an eternity has passed from when I was in Mulbear Orphanage. Just like it says in the name, Endless Land is a place that promises endless happiness. Chapter 6. Superstar Diva Katona. Katone? Okay, Superstar Diva. Okay. I want to play with Sebia today too. As I think that to myself and take a step forward, Sebia appears from within the white mist. Yeah, kinda weird, that. Hey Mhakna, what do you want to do today? Do you want to visit the village to the south? Let's go find other kids in Endless Land today. Sebia nods in agreement and walks south towards the village. When we arrive, we hear a boy's loud voice calling people over. Come one, come all! Today on the big stage is the diva, Miss Katone. You'll regret missing this. Come on, step right up. Hey, look at that, Sebia. He's even handing out flyers. Well, I saw the performance, it looks like. Sebia approaches the boy handing out flyers, but he doesn't look our way. Hey there, what's your name? Do you want to watch the performance together? Despite being called out to, the boy doesn't respond. Sebia takes a flyer from him and comes back. He must really like this Katone. He's working so hard giving out those flyers. He sure is. So, Mhakna, shall we go see the show? We start walking, flyer in hand, and before we know it, we find ourselves seated at the performance. Everyone from Endless Land, thank you for coming. I hope you all have fun tonight. The diva Katone puts on a great show with a lot of songs. She sings every one of them by herself. Sad songs, happy songs, slow songs, lively songs. She sings each song with all her heart. Katone looks like she's having fun, Sebia whispers to me. Yeah, Sebia, she looks really happy. Just how long did we spend there? Before I know it, the performance comes to a close. Oh, that is a very long dress. Thank you all for coming. Katone speaks as she catches her breath, bathed in the countless lights from the ceiling, and does a cute bow. I'm so happy I could put on such a great show. I guess it's over, Sebia. Yeah, the time sure flew. As the lights turn back on, we find that the only two people in the audience are Sebia and me. Huh? It's just the two of us? But it's such a big hall. Maybe they want to meet Katone backstage. Mhakna, let's go say hi to her too. Sebia takes my hand and starts walking. I want to say hi to Katone. As I make the wish, my surroundings darken once again. Sebia and I are standing in a dark, dark corridor. The place has a strange aroma that I don't recognize. Hey Sebia, what's this scent? It's the scent of lulberries. It's a nice, sweet smell. Alright. We follow the scent as we walk, and soon a door appears before us. This must be it. Excuse us. Knock, knock. Yes, who is it? The door opens with a click, and a puff of pink smoke floats out from inside. Standing in the doorway is the superstar diva, Katone. Michelle Vostoro, Katone. That was a wonderful performance. Sebia says to her. Oh my, thank you so much. You must be fans. Just for today, you two are welcome inside. When we step into her room, all sorts of things come into view. Many kinds of costumes in the back corner. Nearby is a huge assortment of props. All of them sparkle and shine, as if they had just been made. What a pretty room! I've never gotten to go backstage before. Tonight's performance wasn't all that grand. I'm thinking of having an even bigger stage for my next performance. How long have you been in Endless Land, Katone? How long? What a strange thing to ask about. I don't remember how long it's been. Then, where are you from? I don't remember that either. It all feels like it was an eternity ago. And besides, I try not to think about it. I noticed that Katone has taken a berko from a small pouch in her hand. She places it in a long berka holder and elegantly dabs some water onto the tip. Phew. Puff, puff. The pink clouds circle around the room, surrounding us with their sweet aroma. I don't really like to dwell on the past. I see. You've been working so hard to be a superstar singer and make your dreams come true that you've even lost track of time. Of course. I wanted to be a singer more than anything. No one can ever put a stop to my passion. She bolts up and points at something behind Sebi and me. Have a look. That's my rehearsal room. We turn around and find that we're now inside her rehearsal room. On the music stand, free of even a single speck of dust, lies a book of sheet music showing no signs of having ever been opened. Instruments that look absolutely brand new fill the room. This is where I've shed my blood, sweat and tears. I'm only here now because of all the effort I've put in. I'll even make everyone who's ever said I couldn't do it eat their words. Right. Kotonen looked like she was having the time of her life. Yeah. There wasn't anyone else in the audience or backstage though. If we hadn't gone, would she still have kept singing to an empty hall? Maybe. But isn't fine. She seemed to be so happy. Yeah, if she's happy then it's okay. Yeah, ominous statements there. It's all wrong here in this land of dreams. The endless land. Everything happens the way you want it to, and no one's ever sad. But then, what does it even mean at the end? What should we do today, Mhakna? Let's do whatever you like, Sebia. How long has it been since we met Kotonen? A day? A month? A year? How about we go explore the forest to the north today? Sebia's eyes light up as he speaks. Sure, Sebi. Maybe we can even have a picnic today. Great, now let's go. Chapter 7. Kromi the Lumberjack. When we reach the forest to the north, we hear some strange sounds from somewhere. Thwack, tock, thwack, tock. The sounds are loud and powerful, ringing in my head and throughout my entire body. What strange sound, Sebi? What could it be? It sounds like a lumberjack's axing a tree. It's something I've heard once before. So that must mean there's a lumberjack nearby. Hey, Sebi, let's go see where he is. Maybe we can make a new friend. Thwack, thock, thwack, thock. We move past row after row of trees as we move towards the sounds. Just how far have we walked? We make our way past a clump of trees, overgrown as though to block us, and find ourselves in a clearing. There in the clearing is a great big man with a great big beard and a great big axe. Mr. Visariol. Hello. How long have you two been here, Mr. and Miss? The man ruffles his beard as he asks us. We're not that old, you know. I mean, you're definitely way older than us. Way older? My name is Kromi. I'm not sure who way older is, but please be nice to me. So you're called Kromi. Isn't that Pikomu's name? Haha, Pikomu. Clap, clap, clap. Kromi claps his hands vigorously. Okay. I love Pikomu. I had one at home. Tokumi was so cute. Oh no, what's wrong, Kromi? Suddenly, Kromi starts crying waterfalls. But Tokumi is gone now. Don't know where. Even though I looked all over. Don't cry, Kromi. I mean, you're in Endless Land now. It just won't do to be sad. You're right, miss. Kromi sniffles loudly. It's the first time I've ever seen such a grown man cry so hard. It was surprising. I also felt a certain warmth from him. How long have you been in Endless Land, Kromi? Sebi asks as he hands him a handkerchief. I've been here for 13,830 days. Okay, let's do some quick math. Basically, that's shrunk to 1,000 days a year, so 13 years. Just under, effectively. Just a bit under, so 12 years, basically. No, wait, no, that's 3 times. 35-ish years. Something like that, yeah. Okay. Wow, you have such a good memory. And that's not all. I've cut down 8,923 trees too. I swung my axe 2,390,340 times. Ain't it great? Ain't I great? Wow, you remember so much, Kobe. And you're really strong. I can't even cut down a single tree. That axe is so big, I wouldn't even be able to lift it. Chromie's all smiles. He seems to be happy from the bottom of his heart. Sure, everyone's stuck in this is basically purgatory. You're just stuck here doing the one thing that you wanted to do, and that's it, forever. Mr. Miss, you're so nice. I'm so happy. I'll show you my collection of lumber. Are you sure, Chromie? Special, special. Come over here. With a flash, our surroundings darken once again. Looking around for some light, I see we're in some kind of storehouse. It seems like we're floating in the air just below the ceiling. Wow! Looking down, lined up along the floor are countless longs of lumber, piled up as far as I can see. I raise my gaze, but it runs on endlessly, fading into the distance. This is all the wood I've cut. I keep it all here. Wow, there's so many logs. We can make so many houses thanks to you. Oh? Have the logs over there fallen over? Deep, deep in the storehouse, when I strain my eyes, I can see a row of logs that have broken. Aw, jeez. Flip, flip, flip. And there's mushrooms. Well, yeah, obviously there would be mushrooms here. We head towards the row of broken tree logs. It looks like there are mushrooms growing on them, Chromie. Maybe some rain leaked in. The logs at the bottom have all sorts of mushrooms growing on them. It looks like that weakened the logs. Eventually, they collapse on the weight of the ones stacked above them. That's not okay, Mr. Mushroom. I already told you. When you live here, it's bad for the logs. Chromie plucks out the mushrooms with his large hands. He gathers a small bouquet of them and then brings them all to his mouth. Ah! Munch, munch. Wow, he just ate all the mushrooms he picked. Sebi and I are startled, but also feel sorry about all the logs that have been ruined. The logs are goners, but oh well. Nothing I can do. I'll just cut some more. That's just what I have to do. Have to. Have to, eh? Chromie remarks without any pause or sadness. Why have you cutting trees all this time? My house burned down. I don't know why. When I got back, it was burning. My dad was really mad. So I'm cutting the trees down, so I can build it again. Oh my, that's terrible. But with all this wood, can't you rebuild your house already? Are you going to just keep on cutting trees forever? Forever? What's forever? I'm going to keep cutting trees down, so I can build a house. Are you happy cutting trees down every day? Happy? Cutting trees is my job. The only thing I can do. You don't know if you're happy, Chromie? I don't, because I just cut trees. Okay. With that, he picked up his axe and headed back into the forest. Right. Yeah, this is hell. What a strange man that was, Sebi. Yeah. And here I thought Endless Land only had children. I guess there are adults too. Oh no, he was a kid. 35 years ago. He's now in his 40s. cutting down trees. I bet Crummy is just really big, but he's still really a child. Yeah, he does not. Yeah, his body kept growing, but his mind stayed the same. I mean, he called us Mr. and Miss. I see, I guess so. I mean, he doesn't even know what happy means. Yeah, cutting trees down must be happiness for him. He wouldn't keep doing it if it wasn't. Oh, you poor innocent child. How long has it been for you? How long have you been here? Endless land. Yeah, endless. Chapter 8. Fairy Belle's Duty. Hey Mhakna, do you want to go see Fairy Belle today? I want to thank her for bringing us to such a happy place. Sebia suggests this with a smile on his face. My, that's a great idea. I'd love to say thanks to her too. Belle, Fairy Belle, can you hear me? I want to see you. I call out for Belle in my heart, and the magic of Endless Land goes to work once again. I hear the ring of glass, and the scent of dried flowers tickles my nose. When I open my eyes, I find myself on the wooden floor in the center of a circular room. In the room are heaps of toy blocks and dolls, books and art materials, toys for little children, toys for big children. And in the very middle of this room is a huge crystal towering over Sebi and me that emits a faint light. Il Serial, you two? I turn towards the voice and see Belle, sitting quietly atop the crystal. Istal Viserial, Belle. We came here to thank you today. I'm glad to see you're doing well, Sebiarno. Thank you so much for bringing us to Endless Land. I want to tell you that. Oh my, you look so much more lively too, Mhakna. So different from when you were in Mulberry Orphanage. I'm so happy the two of you are here. Belle playfully flies over to us. She looks between the two of us and smiles with genuine happiness. What a huge crystal this is, Belle. Sebia says this as he stares at it. Yes, this is the Endless Crystal. It was made by borrowing the great big star's power. With it, I can find children who are suffering. Belle flies slowly toward the crystal. She leaves a trail of dried flower petals from her garland, which drift downwards and then vanish. We head toward the crystal, following the dried flowers. Belle gently touches the crystal, and suddenly emits a bright red light. Yeah, red is often ominously bad. Ah, dear. Oh, and if you listen, it's vibrating. It's giving out, it's pulsating. This deep, like booming bass. Not sure if you can hear it without headphones, though. Oh. Oh no. We've lost another one. Belle's voice grows hoarse as she talks. Tears stream down from my face, and her eyes are colored with a deep sadness. What happened, Belle? Why are you crying? In this hospital in a village somewhere, a child who's been ill for the longest time just drew her last breath. Through the pain and suffering, she kept longing to see her deceased mother, and died struggling. It's terrible. Why must so many children who have done nothing wrong still have to be hurt so? Belle cries out in grief. She sits down in the chair beside the crystal, one so small could fit in the palm of my hand, and begins to sob. You couldn't help that child? Sebia asks, himself on the verge of tears. The doctor that was in charge told the child not to believe in Fairy Belle. Rather than Fairy Belle, think of how you'll be reunited with your mother soon. Oh. You see, Sebiarno, I can only appear to those who believe in me. Ah, okay. To make Endless Land a place able to grant any wish requires a massive amount of mana. Creating this place required me to expend over half of my Vibalia. Oh, soul. Oh. I can only be seen when the Vibalia of someone who truly believes in me resonates with my own. Only once they believe in me and our Vibalia resonate can I appear before them. Okay. Belle's tears continue to fall without end. Please don't cry, Belle. If you're sad, then all the children will be sad. I'm sorry, Mhakna, but the sadness of any child is my own sadness too. When I see a child in pain, I feel that pain too, deep in my heart. You're such a kind fairy, Belle. Is there anything we can do to help? Live happily, here in Endless Land. Please, keep smiling. Always. And that's the contract we made, Mhakna, Sebiarno. Okay, Belle, I promise. Wiping her tears, Belle shows us a warm smile. Why don't you help adults, Belle? Adults don't believe in me, so they aren't able to see me. It's probably impossible for them to imagine a place of happiness like Endlessland can exist. Belle lifts her arm out and gently rubs the crystal. Why must the world be filled with so much pain, so much sadness? Is that the kind of world you always see? That's right, Mhakna. I decided a long time ago that I would be an angel that helps children in need. Because children can't protect themselves like an adult can. Someone has to protect them. Someone has to make them happy. You're so amazing, Belle. You even granted my wishes too. The great big star told us, in this world, for every moment of sadness and despair is a moment of happiness. But that has to be some kind of mistake. Because the truth is, there are so many more tragedies. Well, you see, it's a lot easier to see the tragedies because they hurt and are painful. Happiness can be mild and just, pleasant and fleeting. Far many more, I kinda doubt that. That's why I made Endless Land. Yeah, also not a great solution, honestly. To protect children from the pain and suffering of the world. But that's how you grow up. It's part of the world. Sorry, Fairy Belle, that is not a good solution. Belle gazes into the crystal with a distant look. Just what kind of world is she looking at through that crystal? Yeah. We ask Belle, but she doesn't answer. It'll only bring you sadness. Please, just go on. Find as much happiness as you can in Endless Land. Belle's eyes are once more filled with kindness as she tells us that. Sebi and I felt nothing but gratitude for Belle. Okay. Okay, so it's not hell or purgatory, but it's just like a delusional dreamland. A delusion wanting to make eternal happiness, which is not a thing really. Where should we go today, Mhakna? Where would be nice? Chapter 9. Vow. How much time has passed since then? A year? 10 years? 100 years? Endless Land is bathed in the warm light as always. You haven't been drawing lately, Sebi? Yeah, every day has been so fun I've totally forgotten to draw. There's so many more fun things to do here than just draw. I wonder why. This is a little... I feel a little prickle stinging in my chest. What's wrong, Mhakna? You look upset. I don't know. I shut my eyes and try to find the words to express my thoughts. But I can't come up with anything. You're being weird, Mhakna. What's wrong? I wonder why. No matter how hard I try, I can't come up with the words. It's like I'm searching for something on an endless row of shelves. I don't know, but I don't feel like going out to play today. Well, what do you want to do then? I don't know. You're being weird, alright? When you keep calling me weird, it kinda makes me sad. But it is weird. You're acting really strange today. Why doesn't Sebi understand me because you're not able to convey it? That thought floats through my mind. Even though he always understands me. He always has. Sebia, you dummy! Why? I said something I didn't mean to say at all. My mind goes blank. I run away without looking at Sebia's face. I run and run and run. I keep running until I completely run out of breath. Sting, sting. That strange feeling of sadness comes back to me. I want to just sleep today. So I wish, and a soft cot appears before me. I'm sure the sadness in my heart will be gone tomorrow. I'm sure of it. I wish for that ardently and fall deep into sleep. How much time has passed since then? By the time I realize it, I can't find Sebia anymore. I think back to that day, over and over again. I'm sure 1,000 years have passed. I wouldn't be this sad if that wasn't true. I found where the pain is, deep in my heart. But it's already too late. Because I said something horrible to Sebia. Dummy. Aw, innocent child. Hey, Belle. Fairy Belle. I pray out loud, and then twinkling stars appear from nowhere, and from within them, Fairy Belle appears. What's wrong, Mhakna? Why are you crying? Endless Land is a land of happiness. You can't be sad. I fought with Sebi. I want to meet with Sebi again and say I'm sorry to him. Oh my. Fights aren't good. Have you wished to meet him? I want to see Sebi. I want to meet him and say sorry. No, I haven't yet, Fairy Belle. I want to see him and say sorry, but I'm scared that he won't forgive me. It's okay, Mhakna. You and Sebi are not friends, right? I'm sure that he'll understand. Just pray. Wish for it. Wish to see Sebi Arno again. If he's thinking the same thing, then I'm sure you can meet him again. Okay, Belle. I close my eyes again, squeeze out every ounce of courage I have, and wish as hard as I can. I'm sorry, Sebia. I want to see you again. I want to say sorry. And I want to play with you again, every day. How much time passed after that? A year? 10 years? 100 years? After an eternity, an unfamiliar voice breaks through the silence. Mhakna! Oh my! As I turn around, my beloved Sebi is standing right there. Sebi, I want to see you. Me too, Mhakna. I'm sorry, I said something so mean to you. Tears drip down my cheeks, falling to my feet. It's okay, Mhakna. I should have listened to you better too. No, Sebi, that's not it. I've been thinking about it ever since then. Why I was so sad. I think it's because I want to see you drawing with all your heart again. You want to see me drawing that much? Sebi replies, surprised. Watching you draw makes me happy. That's what kept me going back in Mulberry Orphanage. That's why I was sad, because drawing wasn't important to you anymore. But I apologize. I was just being selfish. I wasn't thinking about you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Aww. So that's why it was. Sebia smiles gently. Don't worry. It's not that I don't like to draw anymore. I realized something too. I'm the happiest when I'm playing with you. When we were in Mulberry Orphanage, I drew so I wouldn't feel lonely. But now, I don't have to draw just because I feel sad. I'm going to keep drawing what I want, so you can always be happy. Thanks, Sebi. Aww. Let's find a nice hill with clear weather and have a picnic together. I'll draw something for you there. And I'll find all sorts of flowers so you can draw them for me. Yeah, let's go, Mhakna. Okay. Well, that was just nice. From now on, we'll make sure to talk together and put our feelings into words. Once again, the theme, classic theme. Communication solves most problems ever. I don't ever want to feel this sadness again. That day, I carved that vow deep into my heart. Come on, step right up. Today's the big day. The great writer Miss Kotone's newest work is now on sale. Oh, she's a writer now. You're gonna regret missing this. Oh, the great writer Kotone. She changed careers. That's nice. I hear loud banter coming from the village. Now that I look more closely, isn't that the same Barker from the other day? Or other century, or millennia, or eternity? Hey Mhakna, by Miss Kotone, does he mean the same Kotone from last time? It must be. Excuse me, could I have a book? Sure, here you go. This book has printed 1 million copies. Of course, everyone in Endless Land already has read it. Wow, did you hear that, Sibby? 1 million copies. I can't even imagine that many. The boy, looking satisfied, points to the tent further in and continues. You're in luck. Miss Katana is holding an autograph session today. Why don't you go inside and meet her? We nod and head toward the tent. As we head into the tent, the scent of lullberries tickles my nose. The dark corridor is filled with the aroma. Oh, this smell. Yeah, there's no mistaking it. We head further and further in and find a big, heavy door. It's lit by an oil lamp hanging from the ceiling. Knock, knock. You may enter. I hear a muted voice from within. I heave and push the heavy door open. As we step inside, I see a cavernous space. It's so big, I can't imagine how this all fits inside the tent. She's got a library look to her now. Welcome to the autograph session of the great writer Kotone. Atop the huge, intricately carved hardwood table lie a freshly opened ink bottle and a fountain pen which gleams like it's never been used, all delicately arranged. Behind the table is a monolith of a chair, many times the size of the small girl elegantly sitting upon it. There's no mistake, it's definitely Kotone. But today, she seems to be wearing a pair of glasses a little too big for her. That's always a cute look though. Kotone, congratulations on the release of your book. I tell her. Puff, puff. Kotone silently puffs smoke from her corn cob pipe. Why, thank you. You must be fans. Very well, I'll sign your books. Oh, you don't remember us, Kotone? It's me, Mhakna, and that's my friend, Sebia. We talked with you at your concert last time, remember? Concert? Just what are you talking about? You really don't remember? You were singing so happily too. Sebia asks, his expression puzzled. Ah, from when I was still singing, you mean? I suppose I did have my childish days. Kotone says in a sarcastic tone with a roll of her eyes. You don't sing anymore? Singing is just child's play. As an artist, I must do more than just play around. Hey, singing is important. Singing can infuse with so much energy and emotion. It's not child's play, that's bullshit. So I became a writer. With my beloved pen and burning passion, I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream. Another lifelong dream, eh? Okay. She swings her arms open with pride and continues. Look at all these fan letters and presents. In the room is a mountain of envelopes, alongside a myriad of bouquets and boxes upon boxes of presents. But when I look closely, the envelopes strangely aren't addressed to anyone, and none of them have been sealed. On top of that, none of the present boxes have cards either. But I'm sure it's only because they're so far away that I can't see them clearly. That's great, Kotone. Your dreams came true. Of course, because I'm more creative than anyone else. We get our autographs and leave the tent. Good luck, Kotone. We'll be back to see you again. I wonder what she'll be doing next time. Once I've written my next book, do visit again. I'll give you another autograph. Is she gonna be like a sculptor next time? If there is a next time, that is. But make sure you call me Miss Cotone, understood? Oh boy! You both got an autograph! I'm so jealous! As we leave the tent, the Baka talks to us. If you want one, then why not get a signature yourself? Come on, step right up, Miss Katana is having an autograph session! And now he's go back to his loop. Without answering or even looking at Sebia, the boy begins shouting in a loud voice once again. What a strange kid. It's like he can't even hear what I'm saying. He sure is, but whatever, we got an autograph on our books. Since that day, we asked all sorts of kids in Endless Land about Kotone's book. But not a single one of them had ever read it. How about you read it? You have the book. Can you read the book? What happens when you open the book? Is there a book even? Or is there like a perception filter? You don't want to open the book. You have it. Anyway, chapter 1. Polmar Cake. It's been a while, so why don't we have something to eat? Ever since coming to Endless Land, I have never once felt hungry, so I had completely forgotten about eating. But just from Sebia's words, I feel a pang of hunger. I'm gonna eat rukin, chicken. Kokoro, fucking French, of course it's French. Chicken salad. With lots of kesher sauce. And now I eat kogel cow steak, a huge one with the bone on. Why would you want bones? I never understand that. Anyway, we imagine the kind of food we want to eat and wish for it. And in doing so, a large dining table appears. Rukin kokoro on my side and kogel steak on Sebia's. They both look delicious. The lovely aroma whets my appetite. I immediately take my seat. Ishar Armina, thanks for the food. We both say grace and begin to dig in it. I bite into the kokoro and it's just as delicious as I remember. I haven't had any ever since I was in the orphanage. This is great, Mhakna. Yeah, kokoro always tastes wonderful. Munch munch. When was the last time I ate? I've been so absorbed by playing around, I can no longer remember. Phew, I'm stuffed, Mhakna. But I want to have some dessert too. Sweets, eh? Just thinking about it makes me hungry again. As I think of what to eat, Sebia claps his hands. Since we have the chance, why don't we have something we've never had before? Ooh, that sounds fun. At the orphanage, was there a dessert you've always wanted to eat but never got to? I want to try Polmar cake. The kind you have on birthdays or special occasions. I've never had any before. You've never eaten cake before? I once had some Morocco cake a long time ago, but I've never had anything else. I wish for a Polmar cake deep in my heart. Having never eaten one before, I try my hardest to imagine what it would look like. A small ball atop a plate, white, round and fluffy. And inside are supposed to be fruits, some sweet, some sour. Relying on my memory, I pour my all into imagining what it vaguely looks like and slowly open my eyes. And what do you know? In front of me is exactly what I imagined. A white, round, fluffy pastry atop a plate. Wow, it really appeared. Could I be any happier? Let's try it. Munch munch. How is it, Mhakna? I don't know why, but it tastes like Morocco cake. Yeah, you can't have something you've never experienced before. It only works off of your memories. This place. Fairy can't create new things, only what you already know. Mine does too. That's weird. Even though it looks this nice. The Polmar cake we had tasted just like Morocco cake, down to the last bite. Yeah. I mean, it is a limited land created by a single angel in training, using half of her soul, so it can only do so much. Chapter 12. The Two Boys. This is a story from a certain day. Seb and I were heading to a picnic at our usual open field. Oh, hello. A little boy was crying his heart out underneath the big tree. He seemed to be around our age, or maybe a little younger, and had on a coat a little too big for him. Viserio, hey, are you alright? Concerned, Sebi calls out to the still crying boy. Viserio, mister. My name is Maze. I'm looking for my big brother, Rosen. Are you lost? Wow, I suppose you can get lost, even in Endless Land. Lost? I don't know what lost is, but Rosen disappeared. Hey, Maze, have you tried making a wish? Wish to see your brother again? If you make a wish in Endless Land, then it'll come true. I did, but Rosen's nowhere at all. So he tells us, and he hugs his knees once again. Oh, that's terrible. Hey, Mhakna, do you want to look for Maze's brother? Yeah, maybe we can help. Maze, where'd you last see him? I don't know. I don't know where to look. His voice comes out like a whisper, faint and weak. But despite that, Sebi continues to talk to him with a smile. Well, let's just start looking around. Thank you, Miss. Oh, I know. I'll give you some candy as thanks. Maze brightens up, no longer in tears as he was before, perhaps thanks to Sebi. He takes out some candy from his pocket and gives it to us. Wow, thank you, Maze. This looks delicious. Thanks, I love candy too. Try it. Try the candy. Does it taste like something you've never tasted before? That'll be important to know. Energized from our surprise snack, we begin to travel around, looking for Maze's older brother Rosen. No description of the candy? Okay. Or maybe there is. It's still on the UI, on the side here. Oh. At Sebi's suggestion, we first search in the forest. Can I click on these? No, I can't. Okay. But the screen moves. A little bit of parallax going on there. Just a teeny little bit as you move the mouse from left to right. Very slightly up and down as well. Okay. We close our eyes and wish to meet Rosen, when all of a sudden we hear very loud sounds. Thwack thock, thwack thock. This sound, it's Chromie's forest. Why don't we ask him if he's seen Rosen? As always, the sound shakes you all the way to your head. Maze pulls his hood over even lower over his eyes. Maybe the sounds scare him. He skitters behind us to hide, and asks us uneasily. Who are we meeting? Not someone scary, right? Don't worry, Chromie is interesting in his own way, but he's a very nice person. Just how far did we walk? Thwack thwack, thwack thwack. As we get closer and closer, the sounds get louder and louder. Past all the mist, we finally see a big, familiar-looking shadow. Does he look older? I don't know. Visceral Chromie, do you remember us? Oh wait, no, I thought he was speaking for a second there, damn it. Visceral Chromie, do you remember us? Visceral Miss Mhakna, Mr. Sebia. Oh? Chromie fixes his gaze on Maze, who has shrunken behind me. Let me introduce you. This is Maze, our new friend. We just met today. I hope you two get along. Maze is lost and he's looking for his older brother. I'm Chromie. Nice to meet you, Mr. Maze. I'm not really old enough to be called Mr. Maze replies timidly while remaining hidden behind us. I'm not scary. See, here's some grilled mushrooms. I hope we can be friends. Grilled mushrooms? Chromie hands Maze some mushrooms on a skewer. Suspicious, Maze looks at the skewer and sniffs. Oh, you've never eaten mushrooms before? Unable to hide his curiosity, Sebi asks. I don't want this. I don't like the smell. I don't have candy or sweets. Not this. You need some mushrooms sometimes. They have good nutrients in them. Maze throws away the skewer he was given like it was nothing. Sweets? Candy? Chromie isn't dismayed at all at how readily Maze threw the skewer away. On the other hand, his curiosity is piqued at Maze's mention of candy. Yeah, I love candy. Here, Chromie, eat some of this candy instead, not that mushroom stuff. Woohoo! Chromie yelps, frantically tearing off the wrapper and throwing the candy into his mouth. Ah! Suddenly he begins bawling. It's so good! Wow, it was so good he cried, huh? Thank you, Mr. Maze. I'm Chromie, thank you.
Ah, Chromie, you're funny.
Looks like Maze is getting along with him well.
By the way, Chromie, we're looking for Maze's older brother, Rosen. It looks like they got separated somewhere. Has he passed by your forest?
What does Mr. Rosen look like?
Oh right, we haven't asked about that, have we? Well, Rosen has, silver hair, and he's about as tall as me, and he's really smart, not like me, and really cool.
Maze goes on and on about Rosen, but all we can figure out is that Rosen's height and appearance are similar to his own.
But you are brothers, so of course you'd look similar. Well, I guess that's that. Let's go look around for anybody who looks like him.
A Mr. who looks like Mr. Maze? I didn't see anyone. Nope. Chromie replies, tilting his head to one side. Do you want to look in my secret storehouse?
Really? Wasn't that your secret base?
It's okay. If you give me another candy, it's okay. Chromie glances at Maze, his desire glinting in his eyes.
No problem. If there's anything I've got plenty of, it's candy. Don't just ask for one. I'll give you a whole bunch.
Woohoo!
Maze takes out a whole handful of candy from his pocket. His expression a mixture of surprise and delight. Chromie looks absolutely ecstatic.
Thank you, Mr. Candy! I don't know if he's in there, the storehouse, my special place, but I'll bring you there.
Thanks, Chromie.
Chromie seems to be overjoyed to have made a new friend. But unfortunately, even though we search everywhere, the four of us can't find Rosen in the storehouse. We head back to the forest, having nothing else to do. Sorry, Mr. Maze.
Apologetic, Chromie hangs his head as he speaks. It's fine. Thanks for helping us look for him. Here's more candy as thanks.
Maze takes a mountain of candy from his pocket, each piece a different color, and gives it to Chromie. Thank you, Mr. Maze, Miss Mhakna, Mr. Sebia. You're all so nice to me. I'm so happy I came to Endless Land. How did you get here, by the way? He takes the candy with a thankful whisper. Mr. Maze, does Mr. Rosen like candy? Maybe he'll come out if you give him some.
Do you mean throwing him out with candy?
I gasp in shock. The moment he's asked about the candy, the blood drains from his face, leaving him with a ghostly pallor.
What's wrong, Maze?
Concerned by his sudden reaction, I ask him.
Rosen really likes candy, but he won't show up for any.
Everyone hushes at Maze's sudden change in demeanor. Just what happened? No one has the courage to ask. Then, as if to blow away the heavy atmosphere, Sebia slaps Maze on the shoulder.
Well then, does he like anything else? If not food, then is there anything he likes to do? Like playing in the dark, or flying a kite on the hill?
Sebia, as always, kindly asks with a smile on his face.
Rosen reads a lot of books. He's so smart. Books!
Both Sebia and I raise our voices at the realization. We know just what to do when it comes to books. We head to the village and find the Baka boy.
Come on, the great Rare Katon is doing an autograph session! There he is, Sebia. Hey, it's the Wish Toro. Do you remember us?
So Sebia calls out, but as always, the boy doesn't pay him any attention. I suppose he won't listen to anything if it doesn't have to do with Kotone.
Scary person?
Maze once again hides behind me and asks.
Don't worry, he's interesting in his own way. He's not a bad person.
Oh, hey you! You're a new face! Take one! It's a super popular book with over 10 million copies. Oh, 10 million now. Damn, that was fast. The moment the boy notices Maze is new here, he dashes out and hands him a book.
A book? I don't really get books. I always let my brother read them to me.
You have a brother, you say? Then here, take two! One for you and one for him. He hands him two books with just as much vigor, and Maze shrinks back even more. Before long, he ends up hiding behind me entirely, his face covered by his hood. Aww.
I'm sorry, he's a little shy. I'll give it to him later.
Is that so? Well, make sure you read it. That's a promise.
By the way, we'd like to meet Kotone. Is that okay? Of course, guests are always welcome. Please go into the tent. So he tells us as he walks to the tent. I gently take Maze's hand and give him a smile, and he accompanies me. I want to meet Kotone. After I wish, the usual quiet comes. Then darkness. Then the pink clouds, and the dim corridor filled with the smell of lulberries. Oil lamps hanging from the ceiling light the area, leading to the big, heavy door to Kotone's study. Wow, it smells really nice. Hey miss, what's this smell? Entranced, Maze inquires after taking a deep breath. This is the scent of lulberries. It comes from Kotone's berko. Are you two ready? Maze and I nod, prompting Sebia to knock on the door. Yes, who is it? I'm busy writing. Sorry, Kotone. We came because we want to ask you something. Ask me? About my book, right? Very well, you may enter. The door clicks open, intense clouds of lulberries gushing forth. On the grand table sits the same ink bottle, looking as though it still hasn't been touched, and a gleaming fountain pen. The sheets of paper laid out on the table are all blank. Maybe she just put away the sheets that she was writing on before we entered. Yeah, no, she doesn't exist until you actually interact with her. Miss Serial, welcome to my study. You must be fans if you're here to ask about my book. Oh, you don't remember us, Kotone? It's me, Mhakna. Sorry, I don't know anyone named Mhakna. I see. You're always so busy, of course you'd forget. I'm a little sad, but she seems so happy that I let it go. By the way, Kotone, we have a question for you. Sebia asks Kotone about Maze's older brother, but she tilts her head in response. Rosen? I don't remember ever signing a book for anyone with that name. But you already forgot Mhakna's name, so that doesn't really help us at all. That doesn't mean anything. It looks like Maze's brother hasn't been here either. Miss, you smell really nice. Maze edges closer to Kotone. It seems like he's opened up a little. My, thank you. Lulberries are the fruit of nobility, a symbol of class. Perfect for an artist with a strong presence like myself, don't you think? You must be really amazing. Here, I'll give you this. And what could this be? It's candy. Trying it, it'll become whatever flavor you like. Oh my, Maze. So your candy is magical? I wish for it in Endless Land, for candy that turns into your favorite flavor when you eat it. Wouldn't it be sad to have candy with a flavor you don't like? I've always thought it was strange. How does he carry that much candy in such small pockets? Time Lord technology. His candies are part of Fairy Belle's magic too, of course they are. Mine tastes like sweet milk. How about you, Mhakna? Mine was sweet strawberries. They ever really do taste different, huh? Hey, Kotone, what'll your taste like? Sebia leans forward as he asks. Lulberries, of course. Lulberries are the fruit that suit me the most. Kotone declares so with pride and eats the small, faintly glowing candy. This flavor. She rolls the candy around in her mouth, and her expression slowly freezes. Oh, what's wrong, Miss Kotone? It doesn't taste like anything. You don't have a taste that you like? Of course I do. There must be some mistake. Anyway, is that all? I don't have the time to waste on things like candy. I must get back to writing my next book. Wow, Miss... You can write books? That's so cool. Maze gazes at Kotone in admiration. Why, thank you. Would you like an autograph? Really? Thanks, Miss Kotone. What would you like me to sign? Then, please sign my coat, so I can brag about it to everyone. Okay? After hearing his request, Kotone is taken aback for a moment. Very well. Here, come on. It looks like she'll do it for him. She swings her pen in the air a few times and signs a large autograph onto Maze's coat with a practiced familiarity. Wow, thank you. You're welcome. Come here anytime. Oh, and if you find your brother, come back. I'll sign something for him too. We give Katana our thanks and leave her study. Afterwards, we return to the field where we met Maze. I'm much more tired than usual today. Maybe because we walked around so much. Ooh, I'm beat, Mhakna. It's strange. This feels so nostalgic. Rosen was nowhere. So Maze remarks sadly, his head hung low. I guess we'll have to look for him elsewhere. Hey, Maze, ever gone anywhere with Rosen together? A place with memories of you together. Memories of us together? Maze thinks hard, hemming and hawing. We went to the beach a lot, the one past the white birch forest. The beach? We haven't gone there before. Alright, let's go look for him there tomorrow. Really? You'll help me look for him tomorrow too? Of course, we're friends already, right? Well, that's nice. Bye-bye, see you tomorrow. Unless we don't. Yay. Thank you, Miss Mhakna, Miss Sebia. I'll see you again tomorrow. Promise. Another promise. Maze shakes our hands as he says goodbye, and then disappears into clouds of fog. Never to be seen again. He's a little on the shy side, but he's a good boy. I hope we find his brother tomorrow. You're so nice, Sebia. Wouldn't you feel bad for them if they'd never find each other? I'd be so sad if we could never see each other again. You're right. Let's look for him tomorrow, too. Curious about what's happening here. Chapter 13. Rosen. The next day. Sebe and I make our way to the field. Oh, is Maze not here yet? But he isn't at the tree we promised to meet up at. How much time has passed since then? 1 hour? 2? 3? We wait and wait, but he never shows up. That's weird. Didn't we agree to meet him, Sebia? Maybe he went straight to the beach. I recall what Maze told us yesterday. The beach past the white birch forest. We both imagined the beach. I want to go to the beach. The beach that Maze told us about. I close my eyes and wish hard. And after a moment, the smell of the sea tickles my nose. The sounds of the waves crashing become louder and louder, and when I open my eyes... It's the beach! Sebi exclaims as his eyes sparkle in excitement. The deep blue sea surrounds us. The sand, white and warm, the sun shining brightly down onto it all. Wow, it's beautiful! It's been a long time since I've seen such a pretty beach. Me too, I never knew sand could be this white. We toss away our shoes and frolic atop the sand. It's smooth and fine, and as we kick it up into the air, it catches between our toes and is carried away by the wind. It's so warm, it feels great. I could just fall asleep. Yeah, but we need to look for Maze. Just as Sebi reminds me, I hear the sound of someone approaching mixed in with the waves. Just who gave you permission to set foot on this beach? I hear a familiar voice from behind us. I turn around to see... Maze! No, it's the book one, and he has a dark coat. We were so worried. We were waiting for you so long at the field. To our surprise, it's a boy who looks just like Maze, but the way he looks at us gives the impression that he's angry at us. Maze, you two know him? The moment he hears the name Maze, the boy closes his book with a thud. What? Do you mean you're not Maze? I'd rather you didn't compare me to the likes of him. My name's Rosen. I'm from nobility. Okay. Once we hear that, Seb and I exchange looks, our mouths agape. You're kidding! You look exactly like Maze. Are you two twins by any chance? Twins? You must be joking. How could Maze and I possibly be twins? What could this mean? Rosen's appearance matches Maze's, even the clothes they wear are the same, well, almost. The one difference is that he isn't wearing a coat, probably because of the weather at the beach. Oh, god damn it. But this is perfect, Rosen. Maze is looking for you. We searched for you high and low all day yesterday. Oh, you're just as nosy as you look even. But I don't hate that. Having friends who care for you comes in handy, or so my father tells me. You sure say some funny things, Rosen. It's just that we couldn't leave Maze alone when he was crying so much. Well, whatever. I should give you my thanks at least. Maze is such a crybaby. He can't do anything by himself. How long have you and Maze been in Endless Land? Who knows? It's hard to grasp the flow of time in this place, so I no longer pay it any mind. Then, what do you do here in Endless Land? Me? I'm studying. My family's nobility and all. In this day and age, academics is everything. I'm going to study every single day, so I can be smarter than anyone. That's amazing, Rosen. You must be really smart. Of course, that's how I've been raised. What do you do once you're smarter than everyone? That I don't know. How can I know the smartest thing to do unless I know everything? That's why I'm studying every day, so I can learn what to do. I suppose you really are smart. Sabi laughs in good spirit, and Rosen puffs his chest out in pride. But I tilt my head instead. Is knowledge and smartness all that matters? Such thoughts lingered in my head. But I'm not as smart as Rosen, so I don't really understand what he's saying. Maybe I'm just not good at dealing with people like him. By the way, what's that book? Sabi looks right at the book Rosen is carrying. This, you mean? It's written by some Kotone person. I knew it! We got it in the village too! I heard it sold very well, but it's an utter disappointment. Third rate at best. Fucking critic. Third rate? Isn't that a bit too harsh, Rosen? Kotone put so much effort into writing it too. Without results, what good is effort? Sorry to say, but she has no talent. You'll see once you read it. He sighs in exasperation. And seeing that, a gloomy unease fills me up inside. We also got copies, but the insides turned out to be completely blank, so we haven't been able to read it at all. Well then here, take mine. I have no need for it anymore. Rosen tosses the book to Sebi, as though he's throwing away garbage. Well, that's all you need, right? Then please leave. This is my private property, not a place you can just come at your own pleasure. Private property? Does that even exist in Endless Land? I decided that just now. Go on, skedaddle. I must get back to my studies. Right, skedaddle. I'm not really fond of Rosen. I accidentally blurted out, prompting a gentle laugh from Sebi. He comes up pretty strong, huh? He's from nobility and all. I suppose that's how he grew up. Seeing Sebi's carefree smile, I relax somewhat. Yeah, but the music hasn't. It's still ominous. Low hum. Hear that? That's an ominous hum. I need to learn to be more accepting so I can get along better with him. Hey, Mhakna, why don't we read the book we got from Rosen? I'm so excited to see what kind of stories are inside. The paper crackles as Sebi flips the book open. But... Huh? He flips through the pages over and over again. Say this. I share his disbelief and flip through pages myself again. And again and again and again. But written on those pages is nothing. Of course. The entire book is nothing but blank whiteness, just like the books we got ourselves. What does this mean? Just what was Rosen reading then? Oh. Clap. Okay. I really love this, by the way. This is really good. Are you ready, Mhakna? Just a minute. I'm getting my gift ready. Chapter 14. The Blank Sheet. Kotone. We're going to go meet the great writer Kotone. It's been a while since we've seen her, so we thought we'd say hi, thinking that she might have a new book out. Nah, she's not going to be a writer anymore. Absolutely not. Has she written a new book yet? I'm sure. She's such a great writer after all. We should get another book from her, even though they were all blanks. We just need to find out what the book was about after hearing what Rosen had said. It's too bad that the ink on the book that Rosen gave us faded away. That's the explanation you go with. I want to give her my impression of it. Nothing we can do, Sebi. We just need to get another one. We arrive at the village where Katone should be, but something feels off. Something feels amiss. When I look around, I notice something. Oh, the barker from last time isn't here. The boy who normally called people's attention, the boy sporting Katone with such a lively voice, isn't here. Is Katone around? The tent's still here. She must be. I want to meet Katone. We make the wish and... nothingness, emptiness now. Whoosh. We find ourselves in a pure white room. Above, below, to the left, to the right, it's all white. Not a single speck of dust to be found anywhere in the room. It's so white, it feels like we're just floating in space. What's this? In that endless sea of white, there sits a single girl, wearing a white one-piece dress. She takes out a stick of berko from a case, dabbing some water onto its tip. She blows, but nothing happens. Normally, the scent of lullberries and pink puffs of smoke would appear. Katone? Oh, who are you? Are you here to get an autograph? She replies with a weak voice that I've never heard before. No, Katone, it's just been a while, so we came to say hi. Are you well? She looks at us, then at the berko in her hand. Her gaze darts back and forth several times, and then, seeming to have decided what to say, she speaks. I have conquered the world. Dancing, singing, creating, science, even Minecraft. I've reached the top. I've done it all. Wow, Katone, even though you're just around our age. Oh, she is? She felt a lot older than that, that's sure. You sure did all sorts of things while we weren't around. Yes, amazing, aren't I? Everyone who didn't believe in me, I made them all eat their words. It's been such a long road, but I made it with my talents and hard work. After a moment's silence, she whispers faintly as she stares into the blank space. But what do I do now? After conquering everything, what should I do next? After she asks us, she once again sinks into silence. Her expression is both gentle, yet somewhat melancholy. I can't imagine what she's thinking right now. Wow, you really are a genius, Katone. I couldn't possibly think of something that hard. I got hands eaten. You really are amazing. Oh, I'm sorry. I suppose there isn't any point in asking you that, is there? Now she looks younger. Would you like me to sign something? And that was the last time we ever saw Katone. Yeah, because she doesn't have a role to fulfill anymore. She's done. I knew there was going to be depression. I just got that feeling. Chapter 15. Rejection. Someone's crying. A day, a week, a month. How much time has passed since we met Rosen? As Sebi and I were having a picnic at our usual field, we hear a familiar voice. Hey Sebi, is that crying from... That must be Maze. We head towards where the voice came from, and there sits Maze, rubbing his eyes with his hands as he cries. The coat he's wearing is the same one that he had Katone sign. There's no mistaking it. This is not Rosen, but Maze. Maze, what's wrong? Mr. Sebi, Miss Mhakna. What happened? Can you tell us? I got lost again. I can't find Rosen. What could have happened? Sebi and I exchange looks. Hey, Maze, can I ask you something? Just the other day, we met your brother, Rosen. You found him? Where? He was at the beach past the White Birch Forest, just like you said. Rosen was there? Yes, but he was rather strange. He said some rather mean things about you, so we were worried. What did he say? Well... The words are stuck in my throat. I don't know if I should tell him what Rosen said to us. Well, why don't you ask him yourself? Sebe says to him with a smile on his face. You'll get along better once you two get to talk. I'm sure of it. Thanks, Mr. Sebe. Let's go meet up with Rosen. We'll go with you. And then... Maze's expression freezes, as though a curse had been put on him. Okay. Was not expecting that. And he lets out a beast's roar. It's deafening, like it could tear our ears apart. I could never imagine the voice is Maze's. He glares at us with eyes filled with a deep hatred, and screams incoherently over and over. But even though I can't understand the words, I get the feeling he's shouting at us to stay out of this. The screaming suddenly stops, and Maze bolts away. Maze, where are you going? Let's follow him, Mhakna. Sebe and I run, and run, and run. We keep running until we are completely out of breath. But for some strange reason, we can never seem to catch up to him. Maze is right there. I can see him, but he always looks so small and so far away. As we keep on running, a layer of fog slowly begins to surround us. Look, Mhakna, it's the White Birch Forest. Is it? I already told you, I don't need you anymore. How many times have I told you not to follow me? There's no mistaking it. That's Rosen shouting. Don't say that, Rosen. You were so nice to me. Don't be so mean. I'll give you candy. And from the same direction, I hear Maze's sobbing voice. Maze and Rosen's voices both echo throughout the forest. They must have found each other. But before I realize it, the fog has filled the entire forest. Mhakna, let's hold hands so we don't lose each other. Sebe grasps my hand firmly, and I squeeze back tightly in exchange. The two of us run as fast as we can toward the direction of the voices. I'm sick of your stupid candies. Whenever you're around, I want the nice Rosen back. Maze's waning voice pierces at my heart, and I start to tear up. What's going on, Sebe? Oh, he was one person, then he got split as he came here or something, then, right? Maze and Rosen. Two sides of the same one, eh? The one he wanted to be, the scared little child in the bed, eating candy, and the one he was expected to be, the academic studying one, or something like that. Maybe. It's just my conjecture right now. Who knows? I don't know if we'll actually get any answers. Like with Kotone. She's just kind of like, well, she's done. We never see her again now. What's going on, Sebe? I don't know, but the way things are going, it feels like something bad will happen. We have to get the two of them as soon as we can. But with the way the voices echo, I can't tell where they are at all. I can't just stay nice all the time, Maze. I need to live strong, or they'll steal from my family again. Maybe they already have. I need to be strong and smart. I don't need to be nice. I have to be strong enough to be all by myself. No, I don't want that. Ring ring. What? What's that? The sound of glass, that's fairy bell, or it should be. No, Mhakna, the sound is... A powerful gust blows. The sound of the wind is so strong it feels like it could burst my eardrums. The two of us barely managed to not be blown away. I slowly open my eyes to find that the fog around us has all but disappeared. All that remains is the sound of waves and the chirping, tweeting voices of little birds. The sun, so bright that I can barely open my eyes, shines on the beach like the morning's light. Let's go, Mhakna. Yeah. Hey. Is that Rosen? No, that's Maze. Rosen had the dark coat. Or is that Maze? His clothes look just like Maze's. He's wearing the coat that caught in the side, but his eyes look like Rosen's. Just who is he? Are you Rosen? Sebia asks. The boy ignores Sebia's question as he takes something out of his pocket and throws it all towards the water. That's Maze's candy. Hey, are you? I was lonely. He cuts me off. I would have been happy as long as I got complimented, but I fell into temptation. I started eating sweets. It felt so warm and kind, but now that I look back on it, it was all just a trap. The easy choice can't possibly be the right one. Not necessarily true. Not always true. So this is for the best. The boy looks back to us as he finishes talking. The tears fall and fall. Oh, he's heterochromatic. Brown and green. I can't tell if it's sadness or emptiness in his eyes. He then looks right at us and leaves us with his parting words. Finally, I can study without anyone bothering me. Forever. Alright, goodbye. It's been a long while since we met Maze and Rosen. Sabin and I are still lost as to what to think about what happened. But with each day that passes, our recollection of the incident continues to fade away. At some point, we stop looking back on the events of that day. And so we return to our usual daily routine in Endless Land. This can't go on forever. But in a way it can. But it can't as well. Chapter 16. Reunion. What do you want to do today, Mhakna? How much time has passed since then? Eternities. Endless eternities. Or maybe no time at all. Time is meaningless here, in Endless Land. Where did I come from? And what worries were on my mind? These are things I don't think about anymore. I've forgotten all the pain and sadness I've had until now, and only focus on enjoying my new life in Endless Land. Anything's fine, Sebia. What do you want to do today, Mhakna? Whenever my good friend Sebi asks me that, it tugs on my chest a bit, just a little bit. But whenever I get that feeling, I gently bottle it up and try not to think about it. Oh no. Oh no. You bottle up that tiny little gentle feeling into a bottle over and over and over and over and over again. And what happens? The bottle gets filled up, and then eventually it bursts. Because every day is just so fun and happy. As long as I'm happy, it's okay. It's okay to be trapped in an endless cycle. At some point, that became all that I thought about. Exactly, just like Chromie. The only thing to think about is chopping wood to rebuild a house that he never will, because he has to chop wood. And that's it. For 36 years. Is every day fun for you, Mana? Yes, very. Really? Lately I see you kind of just staring out nothing. I'm kind of worried. Is that so? I'm fine though. Every single day is wonderful. So very wonderful that I can't even remember a time when I was sad. But if you don't know what sadness is, how do you know you're happy? The days slowly flow by. Every single one feels so cozy and pleasant. If only this would continue forever, I think to myself. That's kind of what is happening though. As I lay idle with that mindset, a thought suddenly comes to mind. But as for why, I don't know. Perhaps it was a curiosity that's always been in the back of my mind. Alright, I'd like to see what Garlet's really looks like, Sebia. No, you don't go back to the Purple Forest, that's the deal. You promised Garlots to not go back there, ever. You do that, and that's the end of the dream. Garlots? You mean the guardian of the Purple Forest? Yeah, I'm really curious about what he actually looks like. I'm sure that if we go now, he wouldn't have changed form yet. I mean, I'm so happy. Must be able to see what he really looks like. That sounds interesting. But only one person at a time can go into the Purple Forest. That's what Fairy Bell told me. Then why don't we go one by one and see? I'll go first. Okay then. Come back soon, okay? Let's compare what he looks like later. See you, Mana. Oh no, it's not gonna be see you later. That's gonna be the end of the year. We promised not to go back, didn't we? I want to go back to the Purple Forest. I want to see Garlots. I make the wish. Sebia seems to get further and further away, as it grows darker all around me. By the time I realize it, I'm already standing atop the stone in the center of the Purple Forest. It's the very same place that I first came to when I arrived in Endless Land. Garlots, are you there? I'm the happiest girl in the world now. I'm not afraid of anything. So please, let me see what you really look like. No, Garlots is gonna appear as the thing you fear the most. Who's that gonna be, though? I'm curious. Flash. No. A dazzling light so bright my eyes hurt shines right in me, and my entire body starts shaking. The trees start shaking, clouds of dust rise from the ground, and the mirror-like water rumbles. Ooh. Alright. Nondescript demonic entity, scribble beast. And then, right beside me is a clump of blackness. So black, not even light shines through it. Blacker than ink, than charcoal, than pain. I've never seen something so black. It's not sigh, it's not breath. The air itself simply makes a disturbing sound. Whether it's a voice or just a sound, I can't even tell. Garlots, is that you? I ask, hesitantly. And the voice calls out to me from within the blackness. Mhakna! Are you Mhakna? Oh wait. Is this gonna be her mother? That voice. I've known it for a long time. Could it be, I wonder? I adjust the voice the same way I always have. Mom? From within the blackness, I hear crushing, pulpy sounds, like a fruit getting smashed into bits. It slowly takes shape. Thin arms, thin legs, a thin body, and a head with long, frayed, dried out hair. As the blackness recedes, its form changes into what is without question my mother, the one who was taken away long ago. Mom, what are you doing here? Mhakna, you've grown up so much. Despite her kind words, her glaring eyes pierce into me. Why are you looking at me like that? It's been so long since we last met. You're friends with that brat Sebiarno? She speaks hoarsely, in a low tone of voice, as if cursing under her breath. Seb is a dear friend of mine. I was able to stay well in Mulber orphanage because of him. Sebiarno. What an annoying, infuriating brat. Why are you being so mean? He's a really nice, smart boy. Who gives a damn? I should have taken care of him too. Oh, that's why he was an orphan as well. Oh. Fuck. Okay. Why do you keep saying these things? Why do you hurt people like that? Like it was nothing. How could a stupid kid like you ever understand? I may be a child, but if you don't explain it to me, then how can I understand? If you don't put your thoughts into words, then we won't be able to understand each other.
A long, long silence dawns on us. Is it a second? Is it a minute? Is it an hour? I loved your father. My mother breaks through the frozen silence in time. I truly loved him. Deeply. It was the first time in my life that I would get out the courage to expose myself to someone. That man showed me just how frightening it is to love someone from the bottom of your heart. I would have given my all for him. I wouldn't have minded giving up my life for him. But, Mhakna. Though it seemed as if my mother was completely out of strength, her arms and legs began to shake. I get goosebumps all over my body, as if my entire body had suddenly been wrapped in a cold cloth. Everything changed ever since you were born. Your father spent less and less time with me. He started coming home less. But I still tried. I tried so hard. Every day. I cooked. I cleaned. I took care of you. I was so lonely. But I waited. I was so alone. But I tried. I believed that he would come home someday. I waited. And waited. And waited. It was so hard. I thought my heart would just break. I wanted to disappear. But I still believed in him. But he chose Sebiarno's mother. He abandoned our house. He threw it all away. I saw him behind the windows. He was taking care of baby Sebiarno. And then I knew. I knew that he didn't care about me. Or about you anymore. Ah. That's heavy. Infuriating. Yes. Understandable. That's understandable. Don't blame the child, Sebiarno's fine. It's the father that's a piece of shit in this situation. There is a weight in my stomach. It sinks. One awful thing to happen. Yeah, it's fucked up. Again now. You hate my father. 2 weights. But why do you do such horrible things to me too, Mom? I didn't do anything bad. We could have been good friends. 3 weights. 4. 5. I can see him! Every time I look at you, I can see that man's face! A caterpillar in my throat. And I start to drown in anger and pain again! You! If only you were never born, he... 2 caterpillars. He would still be... 3. Mana! Do you have any idea how many times I wanted to get rid of you? 4. You're nothing but a Mew! I'll rid of you right here and now! I see red, and then I see white. My eyes are spinning. It's like gravity has flip-flopped. But only for an instant. Once I come to my senses, I realize that I'm on my feet, dashing against the ground. Run, run, run. All I do is run. Sebia! Wish, wish, wish. Run, run, run. Sebia! 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 Is it sweat or tears running down my face? I don't know. I simply run for my life. Sebia! I want to meet Sebia! I wish for it strongly in my heart. Flash! My surroundings are bathed in light. It's so bright. I have to close my eyes. I slowly open them and find that the person in front of me is not Sebia. Fairy Belle. Belle doesn't blink. She stares at me coldly with sharp eyes, like a beast hunting its prey. This isn't what you promised, Mana. Ah, she grew up. She understood something now that she didn't before. Why did you go back to the Purple Forest? You were warned not to go back there. She speaks to me,
her expression completely devoid of Vibalia. I find myself at a loss upon seeing that expression on Belle for the first time, and can't help but look away. And you know, there's one more thing I need to warn you about. Her tone of voice goes darker. It's both clear, but at the same time, it pierces right through me. If you or Sebiarno get any closer, I will have to take one of your hearts. Our hearts? What do you mean, Fairy Belle? What do you mean, take one of our hearts? At that moment, I recall the Baka boy. The one who would call people over for Cotone. That's right. That boy fell in love with Cotone. Love is the cause of pain and conflict. So I punished him by taking his heart away. He'll continue to help Cotone until she no longer needs him. And then he'll just vanish. That's terrible. Terrible, isn't it, Mana? When a heart grows too much, it learns to hurt people without any guilt. Turning children into animals and then selling them. Treating their own sons like pets and setting fire to their own houses to deal with them. Forcing a girl to do things expected of a girl just because she's a girl. Deciding what people can and can't do. Speaking ill of them. Discriminating against them. Just for their own prestige. Forcing a child to study so much that his personality splits into two. Hurting others because they were hurt themselves. Nothing good happens when your heart grows too much. Grows too heavy. That's straight up wrong. If you wish to meet Sebiarno again, then your wish will be granted. But when that happens... Without finishing her sentence, Belle disappears with a flirt, leaving only a morose silence. Chapter 17, Fairy Belle. Yeah, the next one I'm gonna do, I need to make sure is actually like a nice, wholesome, sweet story instead of depression. God damn it. How much time has passed since then? A year? I continue to cry, thinking back to what Belle had told me. 10 years? Sebi is a precious friend of mine. 100 years? I would be devastated if we could never meet again. 1,000 years? My heart will be taken away. 10,000 years? I'm scared. But there's something even more scary. Something that must never happen. Never ever. There's something that I need to tell him while I'm still me. I want to meet Sebi. I wish for it strongly. Stronger than ever before. But I don't hear Sebi's voice, which I should have heard in an instant. The silence is frighteningly long. Will I never see him again? What if everything is already over by the time I open my eyes? The fear envelops me. My hands shake, my eyes tear up. But then, I hear a voice from a distance. Mana! From behind me, I hear Sebia's voice. I turn around and there stands none other than my dear and precious Sebia. What happened, Mana? I was so worried. I thought I'd never see you again. Sebia runs over, concern written all over his face. He even seems somewhat worn out. Does Sebia's sense of time run similarly to my own? Sebi, I wanted to see you for so long. I wanted to just hug him right there then and cry. Cry my eyes out. I wanted to forget everything. But there's something more important that I have to tell him. We need to talk, Sebia. Talk? I hold my tears back and speak. We need to leave Endless Land. Huh? Why all of a sudden? Belle promised us happiness forever. But what Fairy Belle calls happiness isn't what we should call happiness. What do you mean, man? We won't get hungry here like we do in Mulberry Orphanage. We can eat whenever we want to. We can play whenever we want to. I've never been this free in my whole life. Aren't we plenty happy? I guess we are right now. But for us to stay happy, it feels like we have to keep lying to ourselves. Lying to ourselves? What do you mean? We're just convincing ourselves that this is happiness. Yeah, that's... When I first met Garlitz in the Purple Forest, he took the shape of Tigrane. But as I stayed here in Endless Land, I stopped being afraid of Tigrane. So I thought I wasn't afraid of anything in this world anymore. But then when I went back to the Purple Forest, my mom was there. Even though I never even thought about her. Those were all memories from a long time ago. I was so scared. I was so very scared. I just ran. It was the first time I was so scared in my entire life. She said so many horrible things to me. I cried so hard. I was alone for so long, crying and thinking to myself. Thinking and thinking and thinking. Crying and crying and crying. And when I ran out of tears, it came to me. More and more scary things will just keep on appearing in people's hearts, even when they don't realize. If you don't face each of them properly, then they'll just grow and grow. So I thought and thought and thought some more. And there, I found another thing I was scared of. Another thing you're scared of? What is it, Mhakna? Losing you, Sebia. I think the more we stay in here, the less of ourselves we'll become. Is that really happiness? If I don't stay me, and you don't stay you while we become happy, there's no point in becoming happy. I won't stay me? You sure say some weird things, Mana. What makes you say that I won't be me anymore? I mean, Sebi, you ended up not drawing anymore, after all. Sebi opens his eyes, wide, as if he had just awoken from a dream. That's right. Why don't I draw anymore? There's so many things that I still want to draw. So many more things I still want to see. Being happy from drawing and being happy in Endless Land. What's more important, Sebi? Sebi's expression fills with worry. Even I can tell that he's dealing with all sorts of emotions. How much time has passed since then? A year? 10 years? 100 years? No. Now I can clearly sense the passage of time. And not just time, but everything. Man, let's leave Endless Land. And so my consciousness immediately becomes clear. I want to go back. Chapter 18. Expression. I want to go back to the old world. Sebe and I wish as hard as we can. The sound of glass. The same sound from when we first came to Endless Land. Fairy Bell must be coming close. I open my eyes and in front of us is not Mulberry Orphanage, or Endless Land, or the Purple Forest. It's the white room where we had last met Cotone. Sebia! Sebi and I were supposed to have been holding hands, but he's gone. A pure white world extends above me, below me, to my left, to my right. I'm the only thing here, standing in the very center. So you came. Suddenly, a voice calls me from behind. It's a voice I've heard many, many times before. The voice in this world that I remember best. But it's impossible. The one who owns that voice is... No. I slowly turn around, afraid, only to find the one standing there is... me. What? Are you Garlitz? Where's Sebia? You can never meet Sebiano here ever again. What is all this? What do you mean, Garlitz? This is your last chance for Fairy Bell, man. Belle is a merciful fairy. That's why she's giving you one final chance. A chance? What kind of chance? No matter what she says, I'm not giving her my heart,
The other me doesn't blink. She only stares at me. She won't take your heart. Instead, she'll take your memories. Belle will erase every single one of your memories. Of Malbear Orphanage, of Tigraane, of your mother, of Kotone, of Chromie, of Rosen, all the pain you've ever experienced. Then you can finally live happily in Endless Land, without any trace of doubt or uncertainty left. My body freezes up in sheer shock. Does that mean that my memories of Sebe will be erased too? Wait. I'm stopped mid-sentence. It's then I realize something's off. The hands of the other me are balled into fists. They're shaking. A warning before you say anything. Right now, the other world is going through some very hard times. The born people of many different countries are all fighting for various reasons. Many innocent people will be affected. It will be such a tragedy. The country that you and Sebiarno come from will face even more dire poverty. This is it. If you and Sebiarno leave, you can never come back to Endless Land. Because this is a kingdom of children. Once you choose to go up, you can no longer be here. Well, Mana? After knowing this, do you still want to leave Endless Land? Her tears draw an arc as they trace down their way down her cheeks. Like she's had her heart hurt deeply. Like something is slipping away from her. Like a mother about to lose her child. The tears flow like a waterfall, continuing to drip down onto the ground. The other me is crying. My eyes grow watery. You... For an instant, my mind goes blank. And, unable to bear it. You're not Garlot's, but... I can't hold the tears back and begin to cry too. You're Belle, aren't you? Watching over us until the very end. Fairy Belle. But unlike the other me. Why are you smiling, Mana? How can you keep smiling at a time like this? I smile. With all that I can muster. It takes everything I have to not break down. So I don't let myself get overwhelmed by her kindness. A smile comes from deep within my heart. Do you understand, Mana? Why have I been so blind? Or perhaps there was no way for me to tell. How could I? No one has ever cared for me in this way. It will be nothing but suffering on the other side. The world is made only of tragedies. Belle has always genuinely cared for us children, from the bottom of her heart. I'm sorry, but I can't be here anymore. I push down my overwhelming urge to stay, wrapped comfortably in Belle's kindness. And then I wring out every drop of courage I can, and part with these words. I want to go back, Fairy Belle. No matter how much pain, how much sorrow is in that world. True happiness can only be found after overcoming it all. That's what Endless Land and you have taught me. So I choose to go back to the real world. Thank you, Belle. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm genuinely tearing up, actually. Epilogue. How much time has passed since then? 10 years? 20 years? 30 years? In a certain country, in a certain town, the citizens are brimming with excitement. In that town,
is a museum that managed to escape the ravages of war. Rumor has it that, after a long time, it would finally open its doors once again. The workers are hustling to place the paintings and sculptures in their proper positions. People come from all over the country, hoping to savor whatever little moments of peace they can. Works from all the great artists continue to be hung up against the walls. A young man dressed in worker's garb takes out a single grand piece with the last container. He haphazardly carries it up to the wall. "Oh there, be careful. These aren't that many Gramuras left in this nice condition, you know." Gramura. A middle-aged man with a deep forest green jacket draped on his shoulders rushes over to support one of the sides of the painting. "A Gramura?" The worker unintentionally raised his voice in astonishment. "You know about Gramura?" "Yes, I'm an aspiring artist myself, so I've heard the rumors. He's there as the lost his dominant arm in the war, right?" "That's right. But after he returned home, he started from scratch, drawing with his left hand, practicing for years. In the end, he created many masterpieces that left an impact on the world." The young man squints his eyes in silence and stares at the art that he had just hung. "Excuse me, director. What's the name of this piece? I can't seem to find the plaque." "I have the plaque with me right here. Let me install it." The director replies, taking a shining plaque out of his pocket and carefully placing it under the frame of the painting. Alright. Mhakna is the name of this painting? Aww. What's a Mhakna? It's the name of the beautiful woman in the painting. Apparently, there's a country where that's a common name. This is a portrait of Miss Gramura's wife. Aww. It's been rumored that Mr. Gramura would have given up on his art if it weren't for her. My, what a beautiful lady. I would love to have a chance to meet the two of them. Haha, indeed. I would love to meet the couple too. Alas, it's no longer possible now. The director crosses his arms, indulging himself in a daydream as he stares out the window. What happened to the two? Where are they now? Nobody knows. They went missing quite some time ago, so I hear. There have been so many wars that so much is still lost, even now. I doubt there's anyone left who knows where the couple is. I see. But Mrs. Gramura, she seems really happy. This is the first time I've ever seen a portrait of someone smiling so happily. Yes, definitely. I'm sure they both were. They must be, for them to be able to leave such a wonderful painting. Damn, I'm tearing up again. Okay, this was nice. Based on Mhakna Gramura Duvis Fida Bella, written by Alician Rive. Created by Mooney6. Directed by Mooney6, Hare Konatsu. Illustrated by Hare Konatsu. Story by Mooney6, edited by Hare Konatsu. Music by Foxtail Grass Studio. Programming and animation by Saketai. English translation by Jonathan Raymond Lim, edited by Saketai Mooney6. Korean translation by a bunch of things that I can't read in that time. Logo design by Cuba Tanaka. Published by Sekai Project, Quality Assurance, Luke JR, and special thanks to Akane Yuryu, K-san. Triple crafters. And a bunch of I guess... that's things. A bunch of things. Bunch of people. This was lovely. This was really nice. Legitimately got me tear up. Mhakna Gramura and Fairy Bell. Presented by Alice in Dissonance. Post-epilogue epilogue? There we go. Many stars twinkle in the night, and within them is a fairy that has yet to become an angel, they say. When will she become an angel? Only the great big star knows. Those are incorrect moons, by the way. You can see the sky behind them. Oh. It's the sound of glass again tonight. On cold days and on hot days. On lonely days and on peaceful days. On windy days and on fair days. From the big, big crystal and endless land, she continues to watch over all children. Even today. Never gave up on that idea. Well, alright then. And that's that. Encyclopedia. Let's finish this off with a bit of information there. Fairy Bell. Adorned with a crown of dried flowers and with glass wings of emerald, this fairy brings happiness to children. Though originally born the fairy of Villia, happiness, when she saw the less fortunate children of the world, she became linked to their pain. As a result, she can directly feel the pain and sadness of children. Using her own Vibelia, Belle created Endless Land, a place of salvation for children. However, the after effects were so great that she could no longer appear except in the form of those who truly believe in Belle's existence. And so the story of Belle has been passed down as a fairy of children. She wears a crown of flowers which was once alive, but dried out upon creating Endless Land. The wishes of children in Endless Land are granted with her own mana, and whenever she grants a wish, some of the petals on her crown fall off and scatter. According to Garlots, when the petals on her crown all fallen, then Belle's life will end. But no one really knows the truth. Tigra Anne, Mulbe Orphanage's caretaker, a woman in her 50s. With a Mhakna Gramura that lets her turn children into animals, she has taken charge of the orphanage. Note that the word Tigra isn't part of a name, but rather a title that means facility chief. Garlots. This fairy has been helping Fairy Belle from the shadows since long, long ago. Moved by Belle's wholehearted devotion to children, he decided to dedicate his life to supporting Belle. Because of that, he cannot become an angel until Belle does. His main duty is to guard the Purple Forest. He scares away children in the Purple Forest who could wander into reality and make sure no one can leave through the gates. Unknown? What do you mean unknown? There were no choices. There's nothing for me else to discover. What? What are you talking about? What? Why is there emptiness? The fuck? That's... Oh, you bastards. Oh, you hid some things in there. You bastards. On round days and on square days. A callback to a series of fantastic maladies written by Alicien Rive and a metaphor for the game disease introduced in the novel. Officially known as the Little Demon's Board Game Disease, this illness only strikes children between the ages of 4 and 14. Once contracted, small bruises of circles, triangles and squares form on the child's skin, eventually enveloping the whole body. If any shapes line up 6 in a row, the child loses their life. As the shapes form, the child experiences unbearable pain, and many children die due to this shock. Note, the game disease is modeled off of a real-life illness called shaped disease. Current medical crafting advances have eradicated the sickness almost entirely in the developed countries. Picomo. A small carnivorous animal with soft fur and retractable claws. While they may look adorable, they are difficult to domesticate and generally not fond of humans. However, this does not stop people from keeping them as pets. They are also known for being free-spirited and usually keep to themselves. Typically, the female cares for the offspring. Female Picomos are infamous for becoming extremely aggressive after they give birth and will usually not allow even the father near their children. After the little grows up to a certain age, they are known to form communities with other Picomos. If the mother caring for baby Picomos for any reason senses her impending death, she carries her children to another Mhakna Picomo's nest as a last attempt to find a caretaker for her children. If the other Picomo mother accepts, the new litter is treated like family. Should she decline, they are typically mauled to death on the spot. Brutal. Vibelia. One of the gods said to have created humanity. The name Vibelia also refers to the colorless mana within humans, said to be the source of life. It is believed to linger even after death and persists even when separated from the body. Mhakna Gramura. The use of both naturally available colored mana
an internal purified mana to invoke various phenomena. It is a vehicle of change in society with applications in a multitude of fields, such as the military, medicine, agriculture, and informative technology. Mana crafters are generally divided into two types: those under Ophir, who have to bless their crafter immediately, and those under Divi, who take much longer to bless. But why are there 3 empty spots? The fuck? Oh. Ah, there we go. Clever bastards, there it is. Click on the menu thing. Kotone. The daughter of a noble, Kotone enjoys singing, writing, and similar pursuits. She focused only on her desire to create, uninterested in her status as nobility, or the spotlight shone on her for her beauty. However, one day a revolution broke out and overthrew the royalty. The aristocracy was abolished and Kotone's family lost much of its power. In the new order, slavery was reinstated and many former aristocrats were forced into it, her family no exception. Creative work was deemed something only men were permitted to do, and so she lost the ability to openly do so. Eventually, she ends up being used as child labor. Belle comes to her aid after she experiences various forms of abuse at her workplace. Fucking depression, more. Chromie. Chromie is a man of large build in his 20s. 20s? He looks like he's in his 50s. But okay. With a mental disorder, where his brain is that of like 10-year-old at most. Probably less than that. He grew up unloved by his parents, his name coming from the name of an animal. As a child, he wasn't given any proper sustenance and only managed to avoid starvation by eating mushrooms that he had picked in the woods. Upon maturing into an adult, he was made to work as a lumberjack, owing to the minimal contact with other people, but his parents took all of his earnings. One day, his parents grew sick of taking care of him and set fire to the house while he was asleep, in the hopes of claiming insurance damages. Fortunately, a Piccamo had been secretly keeping Takumi woke him up. He barely managed to escape with his life, but his parents had all but disappeared. Takumi eventually passed away. He finds himself lost at a rocky outcrop when Belle saves him. Okay. And finally, there's only 3 things to press. And finally, Rosen and Maze. Rosen hails from the same country as Kotone. Born into nobility, he was subject to a strict education. However, the aristocracy was uprooted in a revolution which killed his father and stripped the nobility of its power. Ever since, in order to ensure her descendants would carry on the family's history of achievements, his mother forced Rosen into an abnormally difficult education. Though Rosen himself felt pride in what he was doing, he was only permitted the barest minimum amount of food, deprived of all luxuries and play, and sometimes was not even allowed sleep. Eventually, his mental state reached the breaking point, and he only managed to avoid a complete breakdown by creating an imaginary kind little brother as his friend, resulting in multiple personality disorder. He became accustomed to the candy that his mother would reward him with being taken by Maze. He would then get the candy from Maze, at a beach where no one would see him as he ate it. Belle saves him when he one day collapses on the beach from sleep deprivation. Well, that's a whole load of fucking sadness, isn't there? Oh, hello, Belle. Oh, there she is. Okay. And that's that now. Is there anything to continue? Why have I been so blind first? No, we're back here. We've already done the thing. Yeah. That's everything. And that concludes Mhakna Gramura and Fairy Bell. This was lovely and depressing as fuck though, but lovely at the end. I legitimately teared up a lot. That takes a bit of effort to do for me. No, it doesn't. I'm a fucking sob. No, it doesn't. What the fuck am I lying for? I'm so fucking easily manipulated emotionally into anything. Also, shut up, I guess. Oi. Come on now. So we have this here anyway. But anyway. That's that, right? No question marks remain? No, good. Good, no question marks remain. Okay, there we go. Wait, what's this? Switch between child and back as adults now. Okay, that's a nice little detail.
That's nice. This was nice. It made me cry, and made me sad, and made me happy as well. It's like, it's good. Good stuff. Good stuff. God. I got nothing else to say. So, in conclusion, let us distract ourselves now, once again, as always, as we do here. And let's have a bit of music before I say goodbye. Well, I'm not gonna play any music because copyright nonsense and I fucking hate dealing with that. Some recommendations for my playlist, so let's go with. Let's go. Gym Crew, the Ultramarine Enchant from Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate game. That one's fucking fantastic. The Police, King of Pain. Lily Arsenig, I'm in Control, instrumental recreation. Original by Taku Iwasaki for one of the things. Probably one of the Final Fantasy games I don't remember. But yes. Because I couldn't find an instrumental on its own. It had like lyrics which I didn't appreciate, honestly. So, fortunately, this Lily Arseniga had made instrumental of it, and that was fucking amazing. Then U2, Sunday Bloody Sunday, and the Hooters Johnny B. And that's that. I'll see you at some point in the future. I don't know. I don't fucking know when. Technically, it's been like, what? Months since I last did the visual novel here, but it doesn't matter. It's the archive. The archive doesn't care about time. It's gonna be there forever until YouTube decides to delete it for whatever reason. Anyway, bye-bye for now.